Welcome back, everyone, to episode 128 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta. Alongside me, I do not have my co-host Ryan today, but I do have a guest myself. He's the star of Netflix's new biggest show, The Brother's Son. Welcome to our show, Sam Lee. How you doing, brother?
What's up? I'm taking over today.
Yeah, you're taking over for my
Yeah.
co-host. Might need to make you instead of Ryan. You might need to just be the main
Exactly.
co-host.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Exactly.
Time to
That's
clean
exactly what I
house.
want.
Just kidding, just kidding. We love you, Ryan. We love you.
No, we don't. But yeah, found my phone. But yeah, I'm super excited to have you on. I mean, The Brother's Son is one of my favorite shows already this year and I guess last year.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I was just super excited. I was like going through with our team, and then they're like, "Hey, remember that Sam guy that we reached out to?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And they're like, "He's coming on the show." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah." So I was super excited. And of course, I love having any actors, anyone that works in the industry because it's more fun to get to learn some stuff. And yeah, so well, that's enough of me
Let's go.
talking.
Thank you. First of all, man, that is such an honor to hear you say all of that. It's just incredible that people have gotten a chance to see our work and see the culmination of what we've done, and to have that reaction, to have that reception from you. Like it truly, it means a lot. And thank you, thank you.
Hey, you deserve all the credit in the world. The show was great, and your performance, of course, was
Oh,
great.
appreciate that, man. Thank
But
you.
the real reason you're here, we're gonna ask some burning questions. This comes from a couple of these are from me and Ryan, and a couple are from our followers who want to ask you some questions.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Okay. Starting off, I feel like this is a genuine question, but what made you want to get into acting, and do you have any tips for aspiring actors?
I like this question. Okay. um, well, let's start with what I would my advice for aspiring actors. Um, it's as simple as this. You got to be delusional. You got to be delusional. You have to. And it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, the idea that you want to go out and put yourself out there and be vulnerable to the world, have people hear you, see you, judge you, that takes a lot. Okay, that takes a lot of grit, a lot of vulnerability. So make sure it's something you really want to do, and you have to be absolutely delusional to the point where you feel like you are valuable enough for people to want to care. And I know it sounds weird when I frame it like that, but really it's just another more complex way of saying that you just need self-confidence for really wanting to do this. And if you have the self-confidence and you feel like you have things that you want to share, a voice that you really want the world to hear, perspective you want them to see, just be delusional about it and make sure that you're confident that it's worth sharing. And usually it is when you feel confident about it. And in a very similar way, that's kind of how I broke into acting. I was delusional and really, I, but my delusions, I think, came from a purpose of something that I felt like was a little bit greater than myself, which really fed into those delusions. Like, AKA, I think at the time of me wanting to get into acting, I just thought it was very bizarre how there weren't a lot of people that looked like me on TV, especially in American films and American TV shows. So I really wanted to change that, and I really thought that that was something a noble pursuit at the time, and I always thought that it was a big topic for representation historically. I've always been interested in film and TV, just in throughout the history of American cinema and television. And I thought that we were right on the cusp of it, and I just didn't realize how quickly we would get there and how lucky and fortunate I would be to be able to be a part of it. So, yeah, be delusional.
Hey, that was a great answer. I mean, whoever sent in that question, I want to know that just from my own wanting to be an actor, wanting to work in the industry, the reason this whole show's a thing.
Yeah,
So yeah, I thought it was a really great answer. I've never heard
awesome.
someone say just be delusional.
You
So
have to, and have,
yeah.
but you have to have no expectations. That's the second thing I'll say. You gotta be crazy enough to feel like you already are going to be able to be out there and be successful, share your voice, be a star, whatever it is that you want to do. But at the same time, you can't be attached to those outcomes, because you will absolutely be heartbroken and tested throughout. your life. And the reality is, I'm lucky, but a lot of people who have been doing this for a long time, they don't find success for years, or sometimes, if ever, they kind of give up right before or just never quite find it the way that they wanted it to. So have no expectations. You really can't.
Damn, well, that was a good answer.
Yeah.
That got deep. Um, but going into the actual show itself and getting to play the role of Bruce, during research, I saw that you found an open casting call, and then you have talked about how you and Bruce weren't so different. I was more wanting to know how so, like how are you guys similar?
Well, Bruce is an extension of Sam Song Lee, like truly, and I think he is the most extreme versions of some of the traits that I have that you see in Bruce. And I think just even from a circumstantial standpoint, Bruce is somebody who grew up with a single mom in San Gabriel Valley, where the show takes place in the San Gabriel Valley. That sort of Chinatown feel of it is a huge part of that community. If you've ever stepped foot in the San Gabriel Valley, in those pockets of Los Angeles, you will very quickly notice, because it is a Asian prominent community in Los Angeles that actually, for how big it actually is and how much wealth and just popularity it has in Los Angeles, it does not get talked about enough for the rest of the world. I think for a lot of people, it's the first time they're seeing it. But I grew up in that town, and I grew up with a single mom, and I hid wanting to be an actor from my mom. So in terms of the circumstances, I really understood this character. I really did, because I was kind of living that character's life. But I will say that Bruce and I are pretty different in certain other aspects. I think that he's accentuated versions of all of my insecurities and a lot of my unsureness. I think that's probably the biggest difference between Bruce and I would say, is that I'm someone who's very certain of things when it comes to it. I don't think Bruce is. I think he's still kind of in the discovery of that. So I really just channeled all the moments that I was uncertain and played it to the most extreme degree. But also, Bruce is a very emotional person, and I myself, like behind closed doors, I'm a very emotional person as well. So yeah,
No, that was a
it was
really
a
great
long.
answer.
It was like an answer that bounced around everywhere,
Yeah,
but
no, and then it was just the I'm emotional behind the doors.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah. I think in front, it's like on like when it comes, obviously when it comes to my work, I guess it's pretty it's pretty open for people to see.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
outside of like the interviews and my Instagram public appearances, like in my everyday life, I think I'm pretty emotional when it comes to just feelings, right?
Yeah.
Sadness or stuff like that. Yeah.
Good answer. Um, so of course you're having this incredible rise to fame with the release of the show and how well it's done. What's been the craziest or most surreal moment you've experienced so far?
Oh man, that's tough. I think every moment where, when people have seen the show from around the world, it's a pretty bizarre experience. But I will say there is one, and it stands out to me because it just felt like the most unlikely place that it would have happened. But recently I was in Amsterdam doing a little press tour for Brother Sun, and we finished the tour, and my mom and I, who was visiting, was like, hey, let's just explore Europe while we're here. We're close to Belgium, so let's go check out some places. I think my mom really wanted to check out some diamonds. There's a really popular diamond district in Belgium in a town called Antwerp. Apparently it's where the first diamond was ever cut in the world. So there, it's a very popular diamond town. People like to go there and shop for stuff. And so I was out there in Antwerp, Belgium. Literally never heard of this place until my mom brought it up like 2 days before when I was in Amsterdam. I was on the streets of Antwerp, and then a guy comes up to me and he's like, "Are you Sam?" And I'm like, yeah, I am." He's like, "Dude, I loved you in Brother Sun. It was amazing." And he was saying all of this with this thick Belgium accent, and I was like, "What is happening? Like, you're where? I am literally across the world in a town I've never heard of, and this person is knows my name." It is anytime I experience something like that, it is a very bizarre, surreal experience. I have definitely gotten recognized in like New York and LA and other parts of the world, but to get recognized in Antwerp, Belgium was was quite something.
No, that's a good story.
It just
um,
goes to show, like I guess the reach of Netflix, how global that streaming platform is in particular, but I guess just the direction of media in general. I think it's just such an interconnected world these days. So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, the fact that it's just some small town that you just got noticed in that you've never been to before, you don't know
never
these
been to,
people, and it's
never
just
heard of.
yeah, and they just come up to you and like, I know you from watching you. Like that's it is such a crazy thing.
It is, yeah.
And I have to ask from my own love for her, how did it feel getting to work with an Academy Award winner such as Michelle Yeoh, coming off one of the best movies of the last 25 years and just all
Uh,
this
it,
stuff.
it feels like I'm ready for my own Oscar. That's what. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. No, she's incredible. She's incredible. She has such strong maternal instincts. From the first moment that I had ever met her, she came up to me, didn't know who I was, but just grabbed me by the cheeks, pinched it, and was like, "You're adorable." And in that moment, I just instantly knew that feeling of um of her being my mom. It just reminded me of my own relationship, and Michelle is someone with really strong maternal instincts that people don't really notice because she's always playing these crazy villain roles, or these very like from Crazy Rich Asians. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously with Evelyn Wong and Everything Ever All at Once, she's a loving mother who tends to neglect her kids in that movie. But the truth is, in reality, she's a very, very loving person. And not only did she teach me what it's like to be great in front of the camera, but I think what stood out to me is actually how to be great behind the camera, because you spend a lot more time behind the camera during a film set than you do in front. So it was fascinating to watch her work and charm the room and see how much she cares about the project.
Yeah, yeah. That was a really good answer. I mean, I feel like she's like everyone wants to meet her, everyone wants to see her, everyone wants her in their project. So it
Yeah.
had to be a really cool experience to just get to work with someone so iconic now.
It was a little nerve wracking in the first couple days. I'm not gonna lie, but that's the thing, man. When you work with a pro and someone who's been doing it for that long, they just get how to make you feel comfortable. They get how to make you feel good. There's no awkwardness the moment you guys just get together. When I'm next to her working, it's not Academy Award winning global icon superstar Michelle Yeoh. It's Michelle Yeoh, artist and friend. And I think she's so good at making you feel that way, and it was very easy too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you're on a tight schedule, and I only have two questions left. Two ones that these are my questions. I was very excited to ask these two
Of
right from the
course.
beginning.
Oh, send it,
Okay,
bro. Send it.
so I know you have a project you're working on called
Yeah.
Marvin is Sorry,
Yeah.
and I think it's a really cool concept, and I just want to hear more about it and how excited you are to have worked on it or working on it.
Sure. Well, what I love about Marvin Asari is I have the same feelings of closeness and attachment and authenticity to that project that I do with Brother Sun. I mean, obviously, for Brother Sun, I play Bruce, who is a naive college student. There's a lot of similarities that draw from my personal life and Bruce's. In the same way, Marvin Asari is about a famed YouTuber, mega YouTuber who gets canceled. And before working on Brother Sun and becoming a full time actor, I was actually working full time in the social media digital space. I was actually a content creator. And so I had been on that side of the world of media where your whole life is about clicks and views and engagement and relevancy in the digital space. And that project ties in a lot with that desperation that content creators and influencers have, but not only that, just the state of politics in the world. And it's it's such a relevant message. It's such a relevant portrayal of what is happening in the world right now, of what modern day influence looks like. And it's a really fascinating exploration of it. And I think I'm especially excited because I worked in that space. So I really felt like I brought an authenticity to it that was very close to my own experience that was my life for years.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited because it just seems like such a cool concept, especially with the
Yeah.
way cancel culture has gotten these last
Mm-hmm.
couple years, where the biggest
Mm-hmm.
stars in the world are even having to deal with it now. So I'm super excited.
Premiering
And
at South by Southwest. It's gonna be a good one.
oh, this year or next
Yeah,
year?
this year.
This year? Oh,
In a month or so, I think.
yeah, a month.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, I can't wait to see it. And I bet everyone that's listening can't wait to see it. And then the
Yeah.
final question, the burning question I know every single person when they're watching this interview wants me to ask. I know Netflix hasn't officially confirmed if there's going to be a season 2, and I
Yes.
know that it's been talked about,
Yeah.
but can we be expecting or can you hint that there is more stories to be told?
I will say, because this is not a limited series, there is absolutely more. The intention is there to tell more of this story. And I think we're just getting started. I truly think season one was such a good teaser for just how crazy everything else can get. So there's definitely more to be told. I cannot share because I wish I knew, but I cannot share anything further than there's more to be told. And we are still waiting on Netflix to release any statements about if there will be a second season or not. I do think that uh, we're right in that in between like limbo spot of renewal. I think the show is massively popular among the people who have seen it, but compared to other projects, I still think that we can get the views up a little bit and that more people can watch it. I don't think it was necessarily a cheap show to make. I mean, it was a lot of action. So because of that, I think I would assume that the production companies have a little bit more expectations in terms of popularity and all of that. And so let's just get more eyeballs on it. The more that people talk about the show, if you like it, tell all your friends to watch all 8 episodes, watch it through, enjoy it, and just share it with your friends. And I'm sure once you start, it'll be hard to stop and you'll probably want more. So let's give them more.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sam, so much for coming on the show. Everyone, please go watch the show. I really want a season 2. It
It's so
was really
good.
good.
You guys will love
I
it.
just need to see more. But yeah, is there
Awesome.
anything you want to plug besides of course, the show? Is there anything else you want to?
Yeah, you could find me on Instagram outside of brother son. You can always follow my personal journey and as an actor, as a creator, as a person on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, but mainly Instagram. I'm at the Samly TV on Instagram. That's TheSamLI TV, and yeah, I'm a lot more interesting online. So yeah,
Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was really cool for me. I know
of
Ryan's
course.
devastated that he couldn't be here. But
Nah,
yeah,
no
thank
worries.
you guys, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure to go follow Sam. Go make sure to watch the
Thank
Brothers on
you.
Netflix. Go
Appreciate it,
watch
Tommy.
everything he's done. But yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys so much, and we will see you all next week.
All right.